Good morning, y'all. Look, the first big project in our master bedroom suite is finished. The floors are finally done. This was a pretty big project, and they probably to you don't look any different than they did the last time I showed you, but they feel so much different now after that final sanding and then the final coat of polyurethane. They feel so much better. So anyway, let me flip the camera around and I will show you how they turned out. All right, here they are. I'm gonna walk around a little bit so you can see the difference between the real floor color and what's a shadow and stuff like that, because everything reflects off these floors, including the black wall, which you can see, the stripes, everything. Ignore my bathroom, it's a mess right now. But anyway, I'm very, very pleased with how these turned out. It's probably, I don't know, I think they probably turned out better than I expected. You know, it was a DIY, the finishing was a DIY project, and I'm not a professional by any means. I have refinished floors in the past, but I don't have a lot of experience with it. So, you know, it's a gamble when you do a big project like this, when you don't have a lot of experience. But I'm very, very excited about how they turned out. Okay, now that big project is finished, that means that I can get on to the project that I've been waiting to do, which is my closet. And so this wall, well, let me just show you kind of a floor plan of what this room is going to look like. It will have cabinets wrapped around each of the long walls and then onto the short walls on either side of the door. And so my big decision now is whether I want to do 16-inch depth cabinets or 20. I had been planning on doing 20. The problem is that, okay, if I do 20-inch depth, that means I can only get 2 pieces out of each sheet of plywood. If I do 16-inch depth cabinets, then I can get 3 pieces out of each piece of plywood. And that will add up to a pretty significant cost difference. Now, 16-inch depth is not unusual. In fact, I would say that it's the standard, but that means that the clothes, if they're on hangers are, you know, about 17 and a half inches, and then you put your clothes on, and so short sleeve shirts are gonna stick out a little bit further than that. Then that means that the clothes are going to stick out past the frames of the closet, which again, that is not unusual. In fact, if you look at pictures of walk-in closets and you pay attention to the cabinets, that's actually pretty standard. Okay, but here's where I get hung up on this, okay? Because this room is not going to have a door on it. That's the doorway right there. And I am not planning on putting a door on this room. So it's just going to be open, and people keep saying, well, what about the dust? You know, what if you find that dust is settling on your shoes and your handbags and stuff like that? Now, in that case, it's not going to be a problem. I can put doors on the cabinets because shoes and handbags and folded clothes will not take more than 16 inches. So if I find that dust is a problem, I can stick doors on those. But on this whole wall right here, which will be hanging clothes, if I build those at 16 inches deep and then decide later that I want to put doors on them, it's not possible because there's not enough room to put doors. And I know that sounds stupid. It's these little details that I always get hung up on, and I get frustrated with myself for it, but that's just my personality. And, you know, I hadn't planned on putting doors on them, but I just always think, what if, you know, like what if in a few months or a year or even 2 years, I start to notice that Yeah, the dust is really getting on my nerves. I want to put doors on those cabinets. If I do 16-inch deep, I've ruled that possibility out completely. If I do 20-inch, that is a possibility for the future, but it's more money up front. So I don't know, is it worth it or not? Should I just go with 16 inches? And another thing to consider is that if I do 16-inch, then that leaves me more room around the center island that I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna just build a dresser and use it as an island, but it'll be a dresser that I build, so it'll have drawers accessible on either side. So anyway, little details get me so hung up. So anyway, you can tell me what you think if you have an opinion on that. 16-inch deep with no possibility of doors in the future, or should I do 20-inch just for that slim possibility that I might want to put doors on it in the future? Anyway, I need to make this decision so that I can go ahead and make my shopping list, my cut list, and all of that, and get this project started, finally. All right, that's the update for today. Look at those gorgeous floors, y'all. I'm so excited. All right.